Years have passed. Trunks and everyone else has unlocked Super Saiyan 3. And Cell is actually quite popular. At first, everyone was quite scared of him. Or, at the very least, curious about him. But now they know who Cell is. And now, they got along quite fine with him. Cell just wanted to be perfect. After that, he liked fighting with his friends. And he liked hanging around them. Cell honestly was having a good time, and he couldn't lie. It was a blast. However, everything would change as we cut to Beerus. As Beerus slept, he started to dream. And what he dreamed of was a Super Saiyan God. This being was unlike any other. He had a sword, but he also had such great power. His hair was pure red, and he emanated strength and power. Beerus wanted him. He wanted to fight him more than anything. Beerus needed to fight him. It made him feel alive. It made him feel like himself again. It's been so long since he fought anyone worthy of his attention. Suddenly, though, Beerus would wake up and be sad that it was a dream. He would look around and try to think more about a Super Saiyan God, but he couldn't think of it. Until finally it popped into his head. Whis thought he was crazy, however. Listen, Whis, I am not crazy. I had a premonition. Is this the same premonition about you being a rock star? Whis would say. Beerus would then get angry and say, shut up, this is different. Different, huh? I do not see any difference, my lord, but if you really want me to look, then I will. Yes, tell me about the Saiyans. Whis would look and say, that's strange. There's a Saiyan that I don't recognize. What do you mean, don't recognize? Well, I can look through planet's history and things like that. I seen that Goku went off to this planet, and Vegeta joined him, but I don't know where this guy came from. That's odd. Beerus would say, huh, oh well. Besides, it looks like Frieza didn't do a good enough job. Yeah, also Vegeta killed him. Vegeta and Goku. What? Those two Saiyans killed Frieza? That's impressive. I think I need to see him. Whis would smile and say, sounds good to me, my lord. Let me show you the way. As then Beerus and Whis would head off to Earth. As then we cut back to Earth. Bulma was throwing a party and everyone was there. Nappa was even there, although he was in a wheelchair. He was quite sick and his health wasn't doing quite well. Old age and diseases and stuff have got to him. Nappa wasn't going to be here for much longer. It was obvious. However, they were still there to greet him, and they knew when he died, he would go up to King Kai, and Goku could visit him anytime he wanted, so no one was really sad. However, as all this was going on, suddenly, King Kai would talk to Trunks. Trunks, I gotta tell you something. Beerus is coming. Beerus, who's that? He's a god of destruction. Anything that gets in his way, he destroys. He is immensely powerful. No one, and I mean no one, could stop him. And would look and say, oh, okay, but why are you telling me this? King Kai would sigh, listen, I didn't say anything because you saved them, but time travel is a big no-no. If they know you're from the future, you're done. He will destroy you. Trunks began to shake in fear, realizing what this meant. Make up some story about how you escaped or something. Or maybe how you were born. Or maybe you're Nappa's kid. I don't know. Just make something up. Trunks would walk to Nappa and say, can I be your son? Nappa would say, what? And he would tell him the situation. Nappa heard of Beerus and he would agree. Goku and Vegeta would also agree, as eventually Beerus and Whis would arrive. As Beerus and Whis would both look around, Beerus would look at Trunks and walk up to him. Trunks would get nervous. So, who are you? Trunks would say, well, I'm Trunks, and I'm Nappa's son. He had me a while ago. Whis would say, oh, that would explain how I didn't hear of him. And Nappa is quite old, so I guess he could have had it off-world. You would have been born quite a bit ago, though. Nappa must have had you. Oh well. I assume it's possible. That makes sense. Beerus would say, not really caring, but then he would see Kid Trunks. Who's that? Trunks would say, that's my son. He would look over, and Trunks would look up and say, what are you? As then he would cover his mouth and say, my son just wanted to tell you a joke, right? He would take his hand off, as he would look back at Vegeta, and Vegeta would look at him with a serious look. as Trunks would pretend to be his kid. Beerus would just laugh. You seem quite young. I guess young people all around the world like to have fun, am I right? Beerus would say, laughing. As Trunks would say, I guess you are, as they would share an awkward laugh. As then, Beerus would start to eat and enjoy the party. However, Goku would walk up to him and say, can we spar? Vegeta would say, are you serious, Kakarot? You want to spar with the god of destruction himself? Goku would say, yeah, why not? Vegeta and everyone else were about to yell at him, but then suddenly someone flew down. It was Cell, as he flew down to the ship. Sorry I was late to the party. I was out having a little bit of fun, Cell would say, laughing. Cell's version of fun was, well, no one really knows what it was. Was it training? Was it fighting? He would just say he always had fun before he landed. And anytime someone asked, he would simply say, you know. Beerus would stand up and say, oh, what are you? I'm a bio-android made from all their DNA. Cool, huh? Beerus would say, honestly, that does sound pretty cool. You'd sound fun to fight. Alright, I think we can do a spar. Hit me with everything you had. As suddenly, Goku would turn Super Saiyan 3. Trunks would turn Super Saiyan 3. Vegeta would turn Super Saiyan 2 since he didn't like Super Saiyan 3. And Cell, he would charge up into his super perfect form, which matched and went even beyond Super Saiyan 3. As Beerus would look at them all, he would smirk and say, interesting. So, how will we start this? Goku would say, I could turn it down a bit if you want. No, it's fine, you can fight me as you are. Suddenly, they would all charge at Beerus, but he would move so fast, they couldn't even see him. As then, Cell and the others would look for Beerus, but it's like he vanished. Then he would appear in front of Goku and hit him in the neck, knocking him out. I didn't like that cocky attitude of yours. Trunks would charge with a sword and try to swing at him. A sword? Huh. Is it something special about it? Beerus would simply flick Trunks away and pick it up. Nope, seems like a normal sword. What an odd way to fight. Huh. But then he would remember the Super Saiyan God had a sword. This would pique his interest. As he looked at Trunks, you're not holding back, are you? Trunks would say, no, Lord, why would I? Just forget it. As then he would knock him to the floor. Cell and Vegeta would hit him with a Kamehameha and a Big Bang attack, but this would do nothing, as Beerus would simply knock him away. Beerus would say, I'm getting bored. Beerus would enjoy the party for a couple more hours, have some food, and relax. Until future Trunks had an idea, as he would walk up to Beerus and say, Sir, I figured it out. We can use the Dragon Balls to wish to know about the Super Saiyan God. They would all nod, as things would go similarly as in canon until they did the ritual. Cell was involved, and Nappa in a wheelchair, so they didn't really need to, figure out that Pan was pregnant, like in our timeline. However, as they all did the ritual, finally Trunks got all of his energy. As he felt it, he was a Super Saiyan God. As he looked at Beerus, Beerus would say, so you were the one in the dream after all. In the dream I had, he had a sword. That's why I was so interested in it. I thought maybe it would unlock your potential, but it was just a sword. Trunks would pick up the sword and say, oh, this is not just an ordinary sword. It's the sword that will cave in your skull. Beerus would say, I like you, Trunks, but keep threatening me like that, and this won't be a friendly bout. As suddenly they flew up into the sky and began to battle each other. Trunks would then push himself and fight Beerus with everything he had. However, Beerus wasn't really giving it his all, obviously. He was just letting him ease into his power, and as Trunks got stronger and stronger, Beerus slowly put more and more of his power into it, as they began to talk as they fought, since this is Dragon Ball, that does happen a lot. Trunks would look at Beerus and say, so, is this the fight you wanted? Beerus would say, yeah. You're quite interesting. You have a look like you've seen everything be destroyed in front of you, but you've had a happy life. Beerus would start to think about it, as Trunks began to shake in fear. Did he figure it out? No, it's impossible. Beerus would look directly at him. Nappa must have left you. It makes sense. He must have had you when he was young, and just kind of left. I mean, he looks old now, but I could tell you've been through a lot. He must have abandoned you, didn't he? Trunks would say, yeah, that sucks. My father abandoned me. Not a lot of people know that. Keep that between us, though, otherwise I'll erase you. I'm not kidding. Trunks would say, alright. Now let's continue this fight. The fight would continue, and Beerus and Trunks would have an amazing time. just like in the movie, except imagine Goku with a sword and more serious. That's more like what's going on here. As then, Trunks was, well, defeated by Beerus, but Beerus promised to spare the Earth, and then he left, as they all sighed in relief. That was a close one. And that is where we're going to leave things off. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think of this video down in the comments below. I really enjoyed making this video. I hope you all enjoyed watching it. I know it's been a while for a Dragon Ball video, but I'll start posting them. Thing is, the has-been ones always get more views, and as a YouTuber, to get money, you need watch time. To get watch time, you get more views. So I'm trying to like do both. However, there were a couple Dragon Ball videos that hit 1,000. So maybe they do have the same potential. I just wasn't putting in the effort. I don't know. So we're going to see what happens. But stay tuned, and I hope you all enjoyed this video.